In the last 48 hours, I met with 3 different families who had the exact same heartbreak. Aging parents who did everything right. I mean, they worked hard, they paid off their mortgages, they saved what they could. And now they're looking at their numbers and realizing the money is running out. And each time, the solution wasn't a forced sale. And it wasn't putting pressure on the kids to pay the bills. It was the most misunderstood wealth tool in America, the reverse mortgage. Now, when I have 3 conversations in a row that are so similar, I have to share these stories. Because if this sounds familiar, you need to know that there are options. The very first call was from a really good friend of mine, a realtor that I know well. His dad owns a home that's worth $550,000, but he only owes $68,000. And that doesn't sound like a lot until you're buried under the monthly payments. He had paid off that mortgage in a slow, disciplined way. But ultimately, the rising costs of a big lifestyle had eaten through his savings account, leaving him very little to live on in his later years. And that took a toll, not just on him, but on my good friend. He needed 3 things. That was it. He wanted to protect the home that he lived in. He wanted to create a sustainable income that he could count on. And he wanted to get out from under the monthly payment. Now, a reverse mortgage solution did all of that. We literally laid it out so that we could pay off the remaining balance, eliminate the mortgage payment entirely, and turn part of his equity into a steady stream of financial breathing room. He got to stay in the home he loved, and his family, including my friend, finally got to exhale. And later, I sat across the table from a woman who was carrying the weight of her parents' entire financial future. You could see the burden. Her dad survives on $2,200 a month in Social Security income. That's it. Her mom gets $1,200, and she's still working part-time just to make ends meet. That broke my heart. Their mortgage is $2,600 a month. I mean, that's their entire income when you do the math. And to make it worse, they'd already talked to another lender who told them a reverse mortgage was off the table. So they came to me asking if they could refinance or if even the daughter could buy the home so that they could get to a monthly payment of $1,700 a month. That's what they had determined would fit their budget. And technically, the answer that I gave them was yes, but only if we use their equity to buy the rate down to 4.5%. And even then, they're going to be stretched thin with almost no cushion on a monthly basis. That's not a solution. That's survival. But when we approached it differently, through the lens of a reverse mortgage, again, everything shifted. Now, option 1 was to stay in the home and eliminate the mortgage payment entirely, but they were going to have to bring some money to the table. Ultimately, they didn't have it. But their daughter did. Their daughter could pull from her retirement knowing she still had years to go, and that would free the daughter from carrying the parents' monthly burden so that she could refocus back on her own family. Option 2 was to sell the current home and use the equity and buy a slightly lower priced home nearby using a reverse for purchase, giving them the option of the same lifestyle, same dignity, 0 payment. When we laid out the options clearly, calmly, strategically, I could see the burden lifted. That moment right there, that's financial dignity. And just when I thought it couldn't get any heavier, I got the 3rd call. This one flipped the script, though, completely. Same tool, totally different purpose. Now, the couple had already gone under contract on their smaller $400,000 home, and they wanted to step into retirement that they'd worked decades for into a home where they could host their kids, their grandkids, holidays. Now, that home was a $700,000 home, and they came to me looking at a traditional mortgage, but the payment would have eaten away their entire retirement income. But a reverse for mortgage purchase, that gave them the freedom to upgrade without taking on a monthly mortgage payment at all. They got the lifestyle they worked for without the fear of outliving their money. 3 completely different families, 3 completely different challenges, and one tool that created stability, dignity, and a choice in every situation. And here's the bigger picture. I mean, a new report just came out showing Americans 70 years and older now hold 32% of all the household wealth, more than ever before. But the part that nobody's talking about is that most of that wealth is sitting not in a bank account, it's sitting in their homes. You can't just swipe a screen door at a grocery store. You can't use the equity to pay medical bills or even rising insurance costs unless you unlock it. Reverse mortgages come with incredible benefits when they're structured well. I mean, think about it. No monthly mortgage payment, access to tax-free cash flow, protection against outliving your savings, the ability to stay in your home long-term, and even the option to buy that new home through a reverse for purchase. And heirs are protected too. I know a lot of kids have this question. This is a non-recourse loan, which means nobody ever owes more than the home is worth. But let's get real. You still have to maintain the home. You still have taxes and insurance, and it's not the right fit for someone who's planning on selling quickly, or if the family's not aligned on the plan. This is not a magic wand. It's simply a strategy. So as our parents age, as we age, the question shifts from how do we protect the equity to how do we protect the people. A reverse mortgage isn't defeat, it's not giving up. It's a way for somebody who spent 30 to 40 years paying into a home to finally letting that home take care of them. So if you're looking at your parents' finances or even your own retirement runway and you're thinking, the math isn't mathing, call me. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I own 60 doors. I live this stuff. And I will walk you through every option clearly, honestly, and without pressure. Let's give your family the stability they deserve.